continuing your journey with us and ensuring that you get the most out of your product once you purchase. Now, before we go any further, I just would love to introduce you, first of all, to our mother and daughter team, Grace and Bianca, who head up our Thermomix in Australia and New Zealand business that we have here that we all proudly represent. Grace and Bianca are incredibly active in our business and continually to inspire us every day to showcase as many Thermomixes in as many kitchens as possible. And with the population of Victoria, I think mentioned during the week, just reached the I think proportions of 7 million. We have a lot of households still to show here with Thermomix. Just recently, we were at the home show and we had that many people come up to us saying they've never heard of a Thermomix before, never seen it, which is why we need more consultants on the ground to keep showing it. Before I go any further, I'd love to just introduce to you as well. Grace and Bianca have just developed for us a My Mix Rewards loyalty program. Now, I would really encourage you to jump onto the website or go back to your consultant immediately. If you haven't already signed up to our loyalty program, please do, because on sign up, you will receive a $15 congratulations and welcome reward. You're going to see some mix shop items being used tonight, and more than likely, you're going to want to splurge that $15 immediately on something in the mix shop. Okay, so tonight we are going to cover a number of things. We're going to cover what's important to you when it comes to cooking. So we may be asking you questions. Is your motivation around health and cooking healthy, beautiful, additive-free meals? Is it time, being in and out of the kitchen really quickly? Are you one of those people who really has a pain point of being in the kitchen for longer than 30 minutes? Are you one of those people who's really interested in shaving money off your grocery bill? We have incredible tools that we can help you achieve savings off your grocery bill, and we're going to touch on that tonight as well. If you want more detail on that, I would encourage you to go back to your consultant or definitely consider hosting your own demonstration where we take your learning journey with us very seriously and to ensure that you become a really loyal customer for us just by way of understanding our product and our business and how we do things around here at Thermomix. We have an incredibly high customer rating, which means that our customers love the support of a consultant, and we're really proud of that, and we continue to do that through demonstrations and cooking classes. So if you're interested in cooking classes, you can also look up our website to see where cooking classes are local to you. We have quite a few coming up through September and October. So in case you haven't seen a Thermomix before and you're wondering what all this is about, our Thermomix is valued at $2,579, and there are many different ways you can pay for a Thermomix. We're going to go through that with you tonight. I will be honest to say our most popular way for purchasing a Thermomix is through our unique Earn program. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later tonight, but the Earn program will allow you to potentially save the whole amount off the price of your Thermomix, or even $1,000 or $1,500 off the price of your Thermomix. And what an incredible time to do that whilst we're leading up to Christmas. All right, so tonight you're going to see a number of functions. We're going to see probably maybe 10 to 15 of the functions that are listed here. Those that we're not showing you, I would encourage you again to go back to your consultant and ask to host your own demonstration. Okay, that's when we can actually continue your learning further and perhaps show you a aroma demonstration where we're showcasing the steaming function. Or we can show you other functions along here so you become complete advocate for a customer and a very well-versed Thermomix user. So much so to the point where as you start cooking, you're going to be talking to all of your friends and family about what you're cooking in your Thermomix. And for those of you who don't have the time to host a demonstration for whatever reason, we also have the offer of our sales program, which means you become a mini influencer. And if you are able to offer the Thermomix to any of your family, friends, or networks, and that completes in a sale, you will be rewarded with a $100 mix shop voucher to spend on whatever you like. So there's so many rewards in store for our customers, and I'm glad you're all here to have a listen. I'm going to finish up now, and because we're going to start cooking, and I'm going to hand straight over to in Pakenham.
Really helps if I take my camera off mute, doesn't it? Hi guys, lovely to meet you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, my name is Elise. I've been in the business for coming up to 10 years now. So I came on wanting to earn myself a TM5 after already owning a TM31. And I was planning on leaving really quickly, and I'm still here 10 years later, and I absolutely love this. I love what it can do. But tonight I want to show you all about the Fruity Dream. This is one of those dishes that if you've never seen it before, it will blow your socks off. And sorry, you guys aren't going to be able to eat it tonight, but when you have your own Thermomix, you'll be able to make it. But my kids are very, very excited that they get to see this one. So if you've never seen this before, I highly encourage you to have a demo again and try this out in person. But this is super, super easy. So I've actually got two screens going. So Janie, would you mind spotlighting the other screen as well for me, so you can actually see what's going on my screen? Thank you. I'm hoping you can see that reasonably clearly, because one of the biggest functions of the TM6 is our touch screen. So everything is integrated, and it's all done through a Wi-Fi connectivity. So all of our recipes, so our Cookie Do platform links directly up to your Thermomix, meaning that your recipes are literally there at the touch of a button. So what I've already done is I've been into my meal plan and I have popped the Fruity Dream in for today. So I can simply click on my menu and go into my week, and this recipe is going to be here for me, ready to go. So this is one of the easiest recipes that you can do in your Thermomix, and it will be one of the first things that you'll make if you haven't already invested. If you have got a Thermomix already and you haven't made this, please go on to Cookie Do right now and pop this on your meal planner. It is the absolute best. So Janie, what I'll get you to do is, if you can please just spotlight the main one and get rid of my face, because I just want to show the screen a little bit in more detail and a bit bigger. Thank you. Okay, so with our guided recipes, we have the ability to actually look through and we can see if it's an easy recipe, how long it's going to take, so that active time in the kitchen. So Libby spoke before about, if you're really short on time, how much time do you want to be spending in the kitchen? This is a recipe that will take around 10 minutes of prep time, 10 minutes of total. It is a very quick hands-on one, but it is very, very fast. You also have the ability to see all of the ingredients that you need here, so you can get everything organized. All of your preparation steps are on the screen for you, but you also have your nutritional values here. So if that is important for you and you're wanting to focus on particular health elements, you have the ability to have a look and see how many grams of carbs are there, how many calories have we got in here, if that is something that's important for you. But let me take you through this recipe, and we're going to click on Start Cooking. Now, one of my favorite features with the TM6 are our scales. So our scales are actually done in 1 gram increments. So if you are a baker and you love really accurate, consistent measurements here, you have that 1 gram scale compared to something like a TM31, which goes up in 10 gram increments, or a TM5, which is 5 grams. We're going to get a much more precise result with the TM6. Now, I've got some raw sugar here. Okay, so one of the beauties of using your Thermomix is that you can actually make multiple types of sugar. So I'm simply going to weigh that into the bowl. You can't see that, but you'll see it in a minute, and you can see those scales going up. So what this means is that I don't need to have multiple different measuring cups or spoons and everything out. So I'm instantly reducing my dishes. I'm going to go to the 80 grams because I can. But of course, if you were doing this at home, I would love to know, how much sugar would you put in? Would you completely avoid it? Would you halve it? Would you double it? Would you keep it as it is? What would you do if this was your recipe? So Janie, I'll get you to pass back to me on the main screen now, please. All right, thank you. So I'm going to press next. I've literally just got raw sugar in this bowl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be blending this for 10 seconds. I've got no temperature set. So one of the ways that the Thermomix cooks is on time, temperature, and speed. So everything is done that way. It makes it really, really simple. So I'm going to go all the way up to speed 9. Now Zoom is going to cut me out because you are, well, you would if you're in person, but we're going to go up to almost full power. So this is going at around 10,700 revs a minute, about the same as a light aircraft takes off at. So incredibly powerful, but Zoom will cut that sound for me. So I'm just going to take that up to speed 10, and I'm just going to move away from it a little bit so that hopefully you can still hear my voice. But I would love to know, if you are milling with your Thermomix, if you're already an owner, what are you making using that milling function? And for those that aren't already owners, what do you think I have just made? I'm just going to have a really quick chat of the chat box. There, 30 grams, yeah. So, and that's absolutely it. You have the ability to decide how you want it to be, depending on how much sugar you want in there. I want to get my other screen out of the way. All right, so let me show you this, because 10 seconds in here and we have made icing sugar. Now I can take this as fine or as chunky as I like. So something as simple as milling that for 10 seconds has given me a really nice fine powder. If I wanted to take it a little bit further, I could absolutely double that time and get a really, really nice soft icing sugar. But I could also make things like my caster sugar, my brown sugar. And if we're thinking about milling, we can also do things like our rice flours. We can do wholemeal flours. So we've got a lot of different things that we can do. The next thing we're going to do is insert our butterfly whisk. So this is what we're using where we're whipping or beating. Guys, my whole face is cut off there. So whenever we're whipping or beating, we're going to be using our butterfly whisk. So it's going to sit directly on top of the blade. Now, this is one of my favorite parts. I'm going to add in an egg white. So an egg white going into that sugar with the butterfly whisk in there. And we're going to take our measuring cup off. So all of this comes with your Thermomix, of course. And we're going to go for 1 minute at 65 degrees on speed 4. Now, I didn't actually see where that was going. It stopped me where I needed to be. So one of the great things about your TM6 is it's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of it for you. So if you are, dinners are crazy for you, you're short on time, you're running around, you've got the kids going everywhere, whatever it might be, and you need things to be a little bit more simple, this is where that guided cooking really comes into play, because it has set the time, it's set the temperature, and it's set the speed for you. All you need to do is put your ingredients in and turn it on. Now that's our guided cooking. But if you are someone like myself who absolutely loves cooking, you still have that ability to make things from scratch and do all of those recipes using a manual mode. So we're whipping at the moment. Now, what comes to mind when you think of whipping? What other things could you whip or beat or aerate? So obviously we're doing some egg white and sugar at the moment, but I'd love you to pop in the chat what else you would do in your own Thermomix. What would you do whipping or beating? Tess, Pavlova, fantastic. So obviously we're almost making the base of that now. A bit of a different recipe, but we're getting that meringue base going. Milo mousse, whipping cream, fantastic. What happens if we whip cream? We can either get soft cream, hard whipped cream, we can get butter. So all of those basics that you can make. So that is our meringue starter. Now that's just 1 minute of whipping there. And it's going to ask me to continue whipping that, to give it a straight down and whip it again for another minute. Now I'm not going to do that purely for the sake of time. If I was doing it at home, just for me, I absolutely could, but there is no need for tonight because that's actually cooked that egg white for me already. So again, the beauty of it being guided cooking is you have the ability to follow the recipe to a T. If you are not the most confident cook, go for it. You can follow that to the gram, to the absolutely everything. But if you go, you know what, I just want to kind of wing it a little bit, you still have that ability to do that. Okay, so you still have full control over what you're doing. Now it's asking me for 600 grams of frozen fruit. So what I've got in here in my thermo server, I've got a fair amount of frozen strawberries and blueberries. Now these have actually been in here for about 40 minutes already. And as you can see, they are still frozen solid. And this is actually one of our host rewards. So these are our thermo servers. I'll take you through the host rewards a little bit later, but there are only 2 ways that you can pick up this thermo server. The first is hosting a demo and you can pick it up as a host reward. And the second is in our business kit. So all of our new consultants get started with one of these, and these will keep your food hot or cold for up to about 2 hours. They are absolutely amazing. So let's go in with our mixed berries. So I want about 600 grams. So my scales have reset themselves because I am doing that guided recipe. Now I will say I actually did not weigh that. I completely guessed. I just threw it all into the thermo server, and we've been doing this long enough. That was 607 grams. So I'm really quite impressed with myself there.
Well done.
I'm really happy there. All right, so Jenny, if you're able to please bring me over back to my other camera, that would be great. Because one of the benefits with this guided cooking is for those people that aren't that confident and want maybe a little bit of extra help, through Cookie Do, you actually have access to videos that will take you through what you need to do. So in this step, for example, it's asking me to pop the spatula in through the hole in the lid and give it a stir while this is mixing together. Okay, so it's really really going to take you through and give you that confidence to know that every step you're doing is exactly what you need to be doing. So it's now set it on our blend mode. So your Thermomix, I've spoken a little bit about manual mode and our guided mode, but we also have our modes mode, which is where we have multiple different functions that the Thermomix can do, completely independent of using guided cooking or manual cooking. So it integrates them through our guided recipes, but this is put it on blend. So this is going to blend those berries for 1 minute. And I'm going to pop this on, and you are probably not going to be able to hear me at all. So I will ask if anyone's able to kind of step in for that minute while this is going, just to talk about the other things that we could be blending.
All right, pop it in the chat. What do you think? What else could you blend, or what are you currently blending in your Thermomix? Has anyone used their blend mode? Our TM6 honest here tonight. Smoothies. Yes. Very popular. What else? Ah, soup. I was hoping someone says that. My absolute favorite. I love the soups in the Thermomix. Veggies for pasta sauce. Yes. If you need to hide vegetables, then the Thermomix is your best friend. I have Mr. Uber Fuzzy at home, and he will never know how many vegetables he got from me hiding in the bolognese. Cake mixing, yep. Cookie dough, yeah.
Thanks, Jenny. All right. Now, I haven't even started to give you the wow factor of this. This was 1 minute taking completely frozen berries and turning them into this. So I want you to imagine what would happen if you did that in a standard blender. But that's not where the magic happens. What I'm about to do is pop our butterfly whisk back into our bowl. So this one that we used for the meringue before, we're going to go back into our Thermomix and onto those berries, sorry. And we are going to now whip this up. So we're going to go for another minute, and we're going to go on speed 4, and we're going to start into what am I saying? Bringing in all of that air into the Fruity Dream and aerating it in there. So this is going to turn into a beautiful kind of frozen fruit, soft serve, fruit and mousse kind of thing. Absolutely amazing. So tell me, what other flavors would you make? So I'm doing this on with strawberries and blueberries because it was simply what I had left in the freezer. But if you were doing this at home and you potentially had leftover fruit that was starting to go to waste, rather than throwing it out, we can throw it into the freezer and we can put it into our Fruity Dream. What flavors would your family like? Pineapple and strawberry, fantastic. Mango, awesome. Tutti frutti. Mango. Dragon fruit looks amazing if you want to. Yeah, there we go. Jade's onto that. All right. So, Jenny, if you want to switch it up to here, I'm just wondering if I can show you inside the bowl.
Yes, we can see that.
All right. Let's get ready for the big reveal. Thank you. Look at that.
Wow.
Just honestly, I have
every
made
time.
this recipe. Yeah, exactly. I've made this so many times, and you just can't go wrong with it. So imagine if you were making that much, buying that much sorbet, how much it would cost you from a good quality ice cream shop. We always talk about how the Thermomix can save you money. This is one of those ways that you can do that by simply taking ingredients that are starting to go a little bit sad and turning them into something magical. So I'm going to pop that Fruity Dream into this thermo server because this is going to stay nice and cold, and this is going to be demolished in about 20 seconds when my kids realize that this is here. But what you could also do is you could pop it into one of these ice cream tubs that I have. You can get these on the mix shop. They are $20 and they are perfect for putting your yogurt, your ice creams, everything in here. And if you're signing up to My Mix Rewards, a set of 2 of these is going to cost you $5 because you're going to get a $15 voucher anyway. So these are one of my favorite items from there. But that is our Fruity Dream. So simple, so easy to make. Completely, you're in control of what goes in it. A really great dish to get started with. So that's it from me. So I'm going to pass you over to Jenny now, who's going to take us through our pizza bianca and some of the functions that we would use making some doughs.
All right, I think I'm going to spotlight myself. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen here in Hyatt tonight. And I'm going to show you not real fast food, but real food fast. How's that? Okay, so I'm going to make a pizza dough together with you. We're making the pizza bianca. So pop in the chat. Are you currently having pizza nights once a week, maybe? And what's your favorite pizza? I would love to know. And oh yeah, every Friday night, right? This is normal. It's what we do. So I've also brought up the recipe on my Thermomix screen already in my weekly meal plan. And all we need to do, so pardon that glove, I have a little bit of an accident with my finger and a potato peeler last night. So I highly recommend using our blade cover peeler for the potatoes to avoid accidents like this. Okay, so let's get going. It asked me to actually preheat the oven. So if I have no idea how to make a pizza, the Thermomix takes me through every single step. Preheat it. The oven is already on, and now all we need to do is click on next. It asks me to line a baking tray. So I have this one here. That's my favorite. It's one of the rose gold baking trays from the Mix shop. As you can see, it's very well loved and used in my house. This is the XL version of it. And I'm actually not going to line it. I have a liner that is separately, and that replaces the baking paper in here. Super, super easy and handy to have. So now I'm going to show you also a couple of wow things that still wow me to this very day. And I'm also doing this for a couple of years now. So the first step in the recipe is it wants us to add 2 cloves of garlic. So I'm using the bigger ones because I'm a huge garlic fan myself. And 3 sprigs of fresh rosemary. I just picked them earlier from the garden, popping them in here, that together. And now we need to pop the lid on top. Again, if you can read, you can cook in the Thermomix. That's how simple it is. And now we're going to turn that, and it's automatically set the timer to 4 seconds. And it asks me here on the bottom to turn the speed selector to speed 7. So again, if you don't have any idea about the recipe, just follow the steps on the screen. And that was 4 seconds. So now it wants me to scrape down the sides, but before I do that, I want to quickly show you how this looks like. It's a little bit with the lighting in here. Sorry about that. But wow, can you see that? Can you chop 2 cloves of garlic and all that rosemary in 4 seconds? Even if you've got really good knife skills, I doubt you can do that. So all I'm doing is scraping that down to the bottom to give that another round, chopping it up a little bit finer. So just repeating that step, another 4 seconds. And now I'm going to transfer the mixture into a little bowl, setting that aside. Then that's when you can see the result, what we just had there. So yeah, try this with any other blender out there, and you'll potentially notice that it just takes your little garlic cloves for a spin, or they will be very mushy and watery when you try to get them out. All right, so I'm not going to be overly precise with cleaning out my bowl. But this, what we've made here, is pretty much our topping for the pizza bianca. And I'll deliberately leave a little bit of the rest in the bowl because now I'm going straight into making the dough. So we're going to see here. So again, we are using the scales. It wants me to add 220 grams of water. Just pouring that in with my left hand. I'm not left-handed. But this takes really skill. Oh, 121. Here we go. And a teaspoon of raw sugar, which is optional, and 2 teaspoons of dried yeast. I keep my yeast usually in the freezer so it stays freshness for longer. And popping the lid back on. And what we're doing now is we are going to activate our yeast for about 2 minutes. So what's happening is that's the sugar, in case you can hear that, it makes a bit funny noise, so it stops now. So now it's the first time we're actually using heat in the Thermomix. So for 2 minutes, and the temperature setting is on 37 degrees. So that's just lukewarm water, meaning with that exact temperature control that we have, we are not ruining, we are not killing our yeast cultures that are living in there. When you add that, just make sure you put it next to the blades and not on top. Otherwise, they're going to go around in circles there for a little bit. Yes, it feeds the yeast. Yes, so we're activating the yeast. If you don't want to use sugar, that's totally fine as well. You probably just have to add a little bit more proving time here. So do we have anyone here tonight who's making their own pizza doughs? Yes. Honey, yes. Honey is a good swap as well. Yeah. Yeast like that too. That's right. See, you're in control of what goes into your food. So you can make your pizza bases exactly the way you want it. So what's your favorite topping? So this one's more like a garlic bread. What's your favorite topping? Do we have any pineapple? Pineapple, yes or no on the pizza? I'm very curious about that. Absolutely. Yeah. Or yes, here comes the mushrooms. I know this is the pineapple. That's for some, that's a hard no. It does belong on a pizza. Yeah. We call it a Hawaiian, right? So that's oh, okay. Now I'm curious. So we seem to have a lot of pizza lovers here tonight. Does any one of you have an Avana pizza oven? What I'm talking about. So now I'm adding the baker's flour. That's 400 grams for this recipe. I might have pre-weighed that already. Yes, loving their Ovanas. Ooh, that's awesome. Has anyone of you who are consultants here tonight have earned their Ovana? Who knows? Yes, some of you do. Right, so that's the benefit of being in this job. We not only get to see and try the things before everyone else, but also we usually don't buy all these things that you see us using here tonight. So when I say this baking tray from the mix shop, now I'm showing you a beautiful salt and pepper bamboo box also from the mix shop. We actually don't buy this stuff, we earn that, right? Same for the Avana pizza oven there as well, which is an absolute stunning addition to your Thermomix. So these two just they just go hand in hand. So I've just added a teaspoon of salt into that, and now I'm showing you the kneading function. So you see the change in display. We don't need the heat for that mode. So it has set the timer automatically to 2 minutes, and all I need to do is turn the dial and have more time to chat with you instead of standing there in the kitchen and kneading that by hand. So did you know that 2 minutes kneading function in the Thermomix equals half an hour kneading by hand? Ooh. So for everyone who's interested to save some time, then you're gonna love this kneading function in here. All right, so whilst this is doing this, let's see if I can show you a little bit what's happening inside the bowl. So I'm going to take you to here. So can you see this is now about 30 seconds in, and it already resembles like a dough from here. And you might also notice that the blades are going forward and backwards. Right? So it starts and stops and starts and stops. And that is the simulation of of 10,000 hand movements or needing half an hour by hand. So, all right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to spread out, or I'm going to take the dough out of my bowl, and I'm going to use my silicone baking mat. So this is a beautiful accessory for your kitchen that actually keeps your kitchen bench clean, but also a beautiful work surface. You can see we have what is this, the lines in there for your measurements, or for all the bakers in here will understand this is important. However, you can also just make the sizes of your pizza bases using those as a measurement. If you're in the market for one of the silicone mats, again, you have two options to get your hands on those. One of them is it's part of our host reward program. So hosting your own demo, inviting 2 friends over, and you can get your hand on the silicone mat, which also comes with a baking mat in a set. Your consultants will show you and explain more about that. The other thing is it's part of our business kit too. So if you consider that, if you're in the market for one of those mats, consider coming on board and get it for $75 in your business kit on top of the thermo server that you already saw. Meanwhile, dough is finished. Here we go. So that was 2 minutes. And now what I'm doing is I just turn that bowl upside down and give the blades a little bit of wiggle from the bottom. So by doing this, I'm actually moving the blades back and forth, and you can see it just fell out. All right. And now I have my pizza dough here. And now I can just form that into a small bowl and let it sit on that silicone mat for proving. And by doing that, I'll just fold my mat around my dough and I'll create a little pocket just like so, and let it sit here for about 15 minutes. So just a little bit time to proof. And whilst this is doing that, I'm going to handball you over to Kelly into Kelly's kitchen, who's going to show us the creamy coconut chicken. Over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. Hopefully, yes, I am unmuted. That's a good start. Okay, well, welcome into my kitchen here in Jancourt East near Warrnambool. I would absolutely love to know who makes curry at home. Have we got any curry makers? Because tonight I'm going to make an absolutely delicious curry, and it's as simple as boop, 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 and it's done. So do we have anyone out there that has made the beautiful coconut chicken curry? This is the TM6 version, so we're going to use high heat tonight. And I'm going to jump straight on in with making some cauli rice. Oh, I can see massaman. Massaman is delicious. Okay. Now, tonight's curry uses a beautiful tandoori paste that we make in the Thermomix. It takes 40 seconds, and it is from the Indian cookbook, which of course is on Cookadoo as well. So I'm just going to move us a little bit here. Now, you'll notice I have a wonderful little white board under here. These are actually a host reward, or you can earn them as a consultant in our booster rewards. So it makes it so much more simple, just rolling it around the bench. Okay, so I can see this machine. Now, 300 grams of cauliflower, and I've got it just sitting here in the thermo server, which we've seen a few times tonight. Now, the thermo server is, as I've said, another host reward, but also part of the business kit, and absolutely amazing for many, many things. So we've got 300 grams, roughly 300 in there, and we're going to turn it into cauli rice. So I would absolutely love to know as well in the chat, have you made cauli rice or broccoli rice yourself? Because I've noticed that it's now, you can buy it at the supermarket, and it's quite expensive to buy your cauli and broccoli rice. So this is a very fast one. It's 5 seconds only. In we go. Okay, so pretty quick. Okay, so tonight's cauli rice, it does ask us here with guided cooking to put straight into your varoma so we can steam it above the curry. So it's really an all-in-one dish, this one. And you can see it there in the chat. Now, it does ask us as well to do a couple of batches. I'm just doing one quick batch. That should be enough for family as having more than one Thermomix. I've been cheeky and I've already made a batch of rice and even steamed some broccoli and that above it too. So one of the perks of having more than one Thermomix, I'm kind of in a Thermomix museum here. We've got, of course, TM6s here, and the 31 and even 5. So a reminder, with our 31 people, you do get to keep your machine if you do upgrade at the moment, which is pretty cool. Okay. Now, I don't think tonight we've actually gone over what the gift with purchase is. Apologies, my phone always rings when I'm doing something. So at the moment, our incredible offer, of course, involves for the first time ever a free bowl blade lid with your TM6 purchase. So that is part of what I'm doing here, just swapping out. So should you purchase for the rest of September only, you will actually get your hands on another bowl blade lid. Type into the chat, do you have a second bowl blade lid? And if you do, could you live without it now that you've got it? I'm guessing a lot of people out there that now have a second bowl blade lid would not be able to live without it. I certainly know that I would not be able to. Okay, the chat lit up. So handy, super handy. Okay, so I'm just going to put this varoma of cauli rice off to the side. And as I did say, it is as simple as so just a couple of steps with this one. We're going to go straight in and do some high heat here. So would love to know, our TM6 owners, high heat, what do we use it for? What's our favourite thing? So what can I say? I can see, oh, I love my extra bowls. So do I. I could not live without them, honestly. I've got 2 in the dishwasher at the moment. Okay, so we're jumping in with this curry and we have, first up, some ginger, fresh ginger, fresh garlic. Of course, it says 1 clove. I have 2 and they're quite large because 1 is never enough, is it? Okay, so there we go. It also offers chili because, of course, my family not big on a lot of chili. I'm omitting it because that's the benefit of Thermomix. You make it your way. Okay, so in there they go. And then, of course, we're going to give it a very fast 3-second blitz. Round there we go. That quick. So just imagine trying to get out even a garlic crusher in that time from a drawer. Okay. There you go. Beautiful. And it smells amazing. Fresh ginger, fresh garlic, just incredible. Okay. Now we're going to add in some onion. So I have some brown onion just cut into a rough slice, really. And I also have just a dash of oil here. And it does say olive oil, but you can, of course, use any oil of choice. Just a little bit there. And as promised, super quick, we are now going to use our high heat mode with our splatter guard here. There we go. Oh, sorry. My watch is now talking to me. And that is literally it. We're going to turn on high heat and we're going to hear the sizzle. And so back over, I believe, to Channing.
Yes, that's right. You're coming back to me.
Promise.
So whilst you were doing this, I actually had my pre-clean mode running because there was a little bit of the rest of the bowl in there. And that's one of my favorite modes in the Thermomix that it cleans itself, right? So we do have different settings for depending what was in the bowl, what's dirty. There's a short, there's a dark, there's an all-purpose, there's fats or caramel, and there is the browned bottom one. very funny. So that's the one that Kelly would potentially use after she has used high heat. But back to the dough and the shaping. So now let's pretend we just had waited half an hour or an hour, and you can see already the dough started to move already, and now we can use our spatula. That one comes with the Thermomix. You all saw me using this long neck one earlier. That's one that I really love. That's also available from the mix shop, where you can go all the way to the bottom. This one's designed to not touch the blade when we saw it using, like Elise did for the churning of the ice cream. This one I use to cut my dough on a silicone mat, because everything we have has multiple functionalities. So cutting the dough and protecting my silicone mat here as well. So I'm just going to cut that into 2 halves, and I'm going to start shaping my first pizza onto the tray straight away. So that's going to be like a garlic bread type, and I'm just going to use a little bit of more olive oil on with my fingers, and then I can just squeeze that out a little bit, and you can see it already gets that garlicky bread kind of pita shape. So just a bit of a long one. You can use also a rolling pin if that's something you'd like to do. So now I've got that olive oil topping there already, and I'm just sprinkling my garlic and the rosemary here on top, just like so. And if you're fancy, you can also use some grated Parmesan, something I've prepared earlier, here on top as well. Feel free to add fresh tomato or make it ham and cheese, obviously the pineapple we had earlier. And so I'm going to pop that into the oven. And if I'm not using my Ovana tonight, but that also could just go into the Ovana pizza oven, where you can actually make your pizzas within 90 seconds and you're done, right? So let's see. Do I get a couple of wows here from what I just said? No? Oh, you're still in the chat. They're still still with the chicken there.
We're still talking high heat in the chat, I believe.
yeah, which is fine. So yeah, so here's the pizza dough. I'm going to show you the end result once it comes out of the oven. So this one in the oven, it says about, I think it was like 20 minutes or so. Obviously, it's a little bit thicker. So Ovana is much faster. So let's see the difference of the results there. And I'm going to continue my pre-clean here, finishing cleaning the bowl. We had it quickly in the chat that everything we're using, the bowl, platelet, everything, the aroma, everything go in the dishwasher, right? Because Thermomix is obviously here to make your life easier, not harder, in case that is a question you had. All right, so we're going back to Kelly's kitchen.
Yeah, back over here. Okay, so I'm over here sauteing away. You'll notice a little bit of steam coming out. I wish Zoom wouldn't take away the sound, because you can hear the sizzling. It's just like a fry pan, but it's so much safer. And it is just so much easier when you've got kids and multiple things happening, especially school holidays, to be able to throw something like this on and just walk away, and it will chime when it's done. You will notice with the TM6, if you've only seen a 31 or a 5, different chimes. You'll also notice that I can turn it down so it only makes a couple of noises and it stops. I would love to know, our 31 people out there, the sound of a 31. Am I the only one who thinks it sounds a little bit like a reversing truck? It does beep, and I believe it beeps for 15 minutes straight as well, and you can't change that. Whereas that was one of my favorite things about 6 that they changed. Okay, now we're jumping on into the recipe. It is really, really fast. It's just all in now. So we have our beautiful onions, and trying to give them a little bit of a stir. There's some lovely browning, which is kind of hard to see, on the base of the bowl there. And that browning is going to be part of the flavours that go into our curry. So absolutely delicious. But to add to those flavours, I've got a few bits and pieces here. So I have the tandoori paste that I spoke of earlier. 40 seconds, absolutely amazing, makes many, many serves. It's a combination of things like ginger, garlic, tomato paste, turmeric. It's all in there. It's absolutely delicious. So in it goes. We only need 90 grams. And of course, no preservatives, additives, anything like that. Keep it in the fridge with a cover of oil, or freeze it in cubes in your freezer. Then we have our tomato paste. 30 grams, a little bit more in there. Okay. Water, so I've got just 100 grams of water to thin it down a little bit. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually make this up as a big batch of sauce because, of course, with our portion sizes and that, you can change them. You can make this as a large batch of sauce. And if you wanted to, even have it cook slowly. So you've got quite a vat of sauce, but I'm just doing a standard amount. Now, we've got 20 grams of almond meal. I actually double this because it makes a thicker curry. So it's up to you if you want a thinner sauce with the 20 grams of almond meal, or a thicker sauce with say 40 to 60 grams to really thicken it up a bit. And almond meal is just a couple of seconds blitzed in your Thermomix, and something that is about $9 to $12 a kilo becomes a product that is between 35 and 70 a kilo. So there's your almond meal there. How's that for savings? Okay, then we have our chicken. Now you notice my little thermos over here. This is a really cool one that we got to earn as consultants. So it's a 1 litre, just a little mini. I have 500 grams of chicken. Now it does ask us for a thigh. The reason for that is to hold the chicken together, it holds together better. I have used breast, and because I've used breast, I do them slightly larger. But just a warning, you may get some chicken shredding just slightly, because of course it is not thigh meat that holds together quite as well. If you wanted to, you could of course cook it using your blade cover to make sure that nothing touches the blades there too. So that's another option. Now we also have just a touch of salt. Of course you can take that out, but the salt is delicious, really adds to the curry. And then we are going to get it cooking. So that was pretty simple. All ingredients in. As the girls have said earlier, like with the Thermomix and that, very, very simple just to follow along with guided cooking. Now, if I wanted to, I could take this into created recipes. I could change it up for my family. So for instance, it could be made into vegan, vegetarian. You can change the protein. You can have it your way. So we've got our cauli rice there above. And if you wanted to, there are other options. So you can use the beautiful aroma dishes that we have in the mix shop and that our lovely consultants earned. You can use these dishes to do rice above at the same time, of course, as doing your curry. And my new favourite recipe is actually one that makes cornbread with these as you cook chili con carne. So really, really clever there. Okay, so it's just as simple as turn it, set, forget, and it will sing when it needs the cauli rice, of course, stirred. And then to finish off, a bit of coconut cream, and we have delicious curry. It's that simple. Okay. Well, now I believe I'm going to hand over to the fabulous Tess, who's going to take us through Cookadoo, and I'm sure tell us more about the gift with purchase. I really only hinted now on the bowl blade lid, but Tess is going to tell us a whole lot more.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly. I bet you have delicious smells roaming through your kitchen right about now. Okay, so my name's Tess and I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour through Cookadoo. So let me share my screen with you. Who is using Cookadoo? And that's not right. Bear with me. Are we all using Cookadoo? Do we know what Cookadoo is?
Getting in all the time.
Fantastic.
Every day.
That's brilliant. Can I just say, and I say this all the time, so I apologize for those of you who know me. Cooking with your Thermomix is fantastic. It's awesome. But cooking with your Thermomix without using Cookadoo is very similar to using an iPhone without having any apps. It's just a phone, right? It's not going to be able to do all those exciting things for you, like plan your life, dating apps, and I don't know, whatever else it is that you're into. And the Thermomix and Cookadoo are a match made in heaven. Okay, so this is Cookadoo. It is our online digital recipe system, which has over 100,000 recipes from countries all over the world that have been triple tested by our Thermomix chefs in their kitchens, in various recipe development kitchens around the world. Now, we're going to start off by exploring, and yes, my cookie do does say hello gorgeous, because someone's got to say it, right? And you can program it to say what you like. Now, the good thing here is, in a minute, I'm going to give you a gift if you are not currently using Cookie Do. So stay tuned for that one. All right. So have any of you used taste.com before? I shouldn't be plugging competitors, but taste.com is a system that's been around forever. And, you know, you can look in your cupboard and you can see, oh, no, I've got nothing. What can I make? You know, oh, I'll have to go and get takeaway. No, that's not the case. You can type in a couple of ingredients here in your Cookie Do search, and Cookie Do will come up with some fantastic recommendations, i.e. you might have a can of tuna, a can of tomatoes, and a packet of pasta. In no time flat, you will have some beautiful recipes suggested for you. So what else does Cookie Do? It helps to plan your week for you. You can meal plan. You can look for recipe inspiration. You can do your shopping list. It can even order your groceries. And I'm just going to give you a bit of a demo now as to how that can happen. All right. So Cookie Do, we've got some suggestions here. It even, you know, gets to know the types of things that you like to cook and will make suggestions, which is fantastic. I'm actually feeling a bit like a cocktail. So I'm going to put in a pina colada. And voila, there we have a pina colada. Now, you can click on that and it will take you through the same way Elise did on her Thermomix screen with the Fruity Dream. It will take you through how long, how difficult it is, all the ingredients and all the preparation steps. I just know I want a pina colada, right? So I'm going to click on these three dots here, and I can either hit cook today, or if I want, I can add it to my week for tomorrow night, or I can add it to a collection because perhaps I have a cheeky cocktail collection happening, ready to go for my next cocktail event. But this time I'm going to add it to my week, and I'm going to say that I want to have that tomorrow night on the 25th. And I save that. And here we go. It's saved for the 25th. You get the idea. Now, let's just say you've done your meal plan. So we go into my week, and you're going to see what we've had for dinner tonight, which was our pulled pork burgers. Absolutely beautiful. They actually use a heck of a lot of barbecue sauce. So I ran out of barbecue sauce and did not want to go down the street because why would you? So I Googled barbecue, not Googled, sorry. I put in the chat, in the search function, barbecue sauce, and voila, found a recipe for barbecue sauce. Did not have to go down the street, and there's no preservatives in it. I know exactly what's in it, which is wonderful. Oh, there's my pina colada for tomorrow night with my chicken Kievs. Thursday night, we're doing a cooking class. So there's a few different recipes on there. And because we're doing a cooking class, I'm just making hug in a mug soup. Pizza night, Jenny, you'll be proud, is Friday night. Definitely pizza night. Having enchiladas on Saturday. Sunday is my husband's birthday. So I've got my week planned. Super easy. Then all I need to do, here I've got an empty shopping list. I just need to go through and click on those three dots again and just go add to my shopping list and add to my shopping list. And I do that for my whole week. I do this every Sunday. And then you go show ingredients, super simple. And you take off, there's your shopping list that quickly. You take off the things that you know you don't need. Caster sugar, well, we make that in our Thermomix with raw sugar. Desiccated coconut, I've always got that. I've always got almonds. So you just leave the things on there that you actually need. And can I just say, this is a massive way to save money because you're only buying what you really need. You're not going to be buying duplicate items, and you will use what you have bought because you have planned. It's amazing. When you're ready with your shopping list, you just hit order ingredients and it will come up with a makeshift cart for you. I'll show you quickly. I want to shop at Woolworths because they're the only ones who are on board. And there we have our list of ingredients. Now, the beauty of this is if I don't want to buy Crisco sunflower oil, I can swap it out and I can swap it for the no-name brand. All right, so you've got lots of flexibility. Once you're happy with your shopping list and you can add in extra things, no problem at all, then you just go add to Woolworths cart. You can order click and collect, or you can order to have it delivered the next day. It's an absolute game changer. And I would hope if you are not using Cookie Do that you would start using it. It is fantastic. So the other thing you can do with Cookie Do is you can put your own recipes in there. Let's have a look at what I've got in my recipe collection. Okay, so I was talking to you before about collections. Here we go. We've got 40 foods. That's the cooking class we're doing on Thursday night. Events and markets. I've got collections in here for all sorts of different things. Kids in the kitchens, a bit chefy, and whatnot. Created recipes. These are recipes that I have bought in from either the recipe community or favorite recipes from, my family. This one here, I was at a function on Sunday and had this beautiful beetroot relish. So I had to get the recipe and I've converted it. And, that is just gold to have it in there. And you don't have to go looking for scrappy bits of paper with coffee stains on them or some other kind of stain. And, you've got access to your recipes all the time. Say you're doing your meal plan and you see that you don't have any salmon on there. You just type in salmon. Oh, gosh, if I could type. And you hit search. It's come up with 259 results. And, of course, you can filter that down. If you just wanted soups, you hit soups. And it's now down to 9 results. So there's a lot you could do with Cookie Do. I could talk about it for hours, but I am not going to do that today. But what I will do is pop in the chat now the link for you to get a free 30-day trial for Cookie Do. If you haven't used that trial, you can sign up now just by going to cookiedo.com.au, click on that link, and you'll get a 30-day free trial. And if you decide to purchase or upgrade to a TM6, you will get 3 months free subscription, which will be added onto that 30 days. So you'll actually end up with 4 months free subscription. But wait, there's more. This is a host reward. So if you don't want to pay for Cookie Do, you can actually get a 12-month subscription as a host reward. Please do get in touch with your consultant and arrange a demo now, today. That's it, guys.
Oh, thank you, Tess. All right. So you guys have been taken through a whole lot of information tonight, but I want to kind of give you a little bit of a wrap up just to kind of make everything make a little bit more sense and potentially look at what are your next steps moving forward. So you have heard us talk a whole lot about designing your own demo through tonight. And that is the beauty of it, is as consultants, we want to make sure that you are getting the absolute most out of your Thermomix. So you've seen a bit of a demo tonight. You've seen us online, but if you decide that, you know what, tonight you're ready to go, and I hope that many of you are, because the deals that we have at the moment are absolutely incredible. But you get to then design your own cooking experience so that you can get the most out of your Thermomix, learn all the hints and tips, and pick up our incredible host rewards. So we've spoken about quite a few of them tonight, but let me just take you through very, very quickly what we have on offer for you for our host rewards. We have our round thermo server that you saw me use tonight in that demo. We have our white thermoset, which is fantastic for putting in your aroma to make yogurt. So it makes about 2 litres of yogurt in there. We have our oval thermo server. So this is beautiful. Kelly's got that there, so she'll show you that shortly. Perfect for serving up if you're serving a large crowd. We also have those thermomats that Janie was talking about. So if you are an avid baker and you love getting, in with the doughs and all of that, they are there ready to go for you. We also have our glide board that my machine was on, Kelly's machine is on, and that helps to stabilize your Thermomix. Now, I know we have quite a few owners on tonight. If you haven't got a glide board, this is the perfect thing for you to really finish off your Thermomix. Of course, at the moment, we have a limited time offer till the end of the year where we have the cutter available for you. So this is probably our highest value host reward, where if you have a demo, you can pick it up for $159. It's valued at $219. But if you have a guest that is interested in purchasing their Thermomix from your demo, it's only $19. And Libby showed you guys the spiralizer earlier. That will be coming. Stay tuned. So you'll need your cutter to make sure that you can use that as well. We also have the blade cover peeler and our smart cooking digital cookbook, which is going to take you through how to use sous vide, how to use slow cook, all of those things. And of course, as Tess mentioned before, our 12-month Cookie Do subscription. We also have our vacuum seal wand and set. So fantastic for keeping all of your food nice and fresh. So it really is about whatever you are wanting to get out of your Thermomix. We have a host reward for absolutely everyone. And you don't need to invite everyone on your Facebook list. So let's get you, ready to go with your Thermomix. Let's do your delivery demo so that we can get you the absolute most out of your machine. Now, what does that look like? Because everyone is different and what your needs are going to be different depending on how you want to get, what you want your Thermomix to do. But what we are really passionate about doing is making sure that whatever your needs are, you get that from us. Okay, so it says passion like this doesn't come off the shelf. It sounds so corny, but it really is true. Our goal is to make sure that you are getting the most value as possible out of your new machine. We want you using it every single day. We want you telling your friends. And that's why we really recommend that we do that learning or that delivery demo so that you can get all of our hints and tips, utilize someone that has been using their Thermomix for years and years, and take all of our knowledge and put it into your own cooking. So we will deliver it with you, we'll unpack it, we'll get you cooking, and we'll take you through that process. And of course, you'll see many more classes. This actually isn't a class. So if you've kind of come on thinking tonight was a class, this was very much designed for new owners, new customers looking at understanding what a Thermomix can do. But we have many classes available as well. So both in-person classes and also virtual classes as well. So let's think back to the start of the demo. And Libby mentioned, what are the most important things to you when it comes to food and cooking? And for some of you, it may have been about saving time. It might have been saving money. It might have been getting, really healthy and looking at what's in your food. Maybe you're wanting to get a little bit more creative with what you're cooking, or potentially you're wanting to save a little bit of money. So I would love you to pop in the chat box. What has appealed to you the most about seeing the Thermomix tonight that relates back to what your individual needs were at the start? Now, let me take you through our payment options as well, because we do have quite a few. So as Libby mentioned, the best way to get a Thermomix on your bench is to come on board and join the team. So you absolutely have the ability to earn your Thermomix and learn about it as you go. Now, I'm going to share another screen with you really quickly, just so that I can take you through in a little bit more detail for those that are interested in purchasing their Thermomix from tonight's demo and taking advantage of the offers that we have at the moment, because we do have some incredible offers. We have our single payment ready to go. We also have zip money. So that means that you can get a Thermomix on your bench for less than your daily coffee. $27 a week, and that TM6 is yours. We also have something called Easy 3, which is 3 payments over 3 months, which just kind of breaks down that overall total for you. But we also have things like Afterpay, PayPal 4, and we have an incredible offer with Hum Finance where you can pay 5% deposit, $128, and then you can choose between a 3 monthly payment or 24 monthly payments. So it really is up to you. But what I think is absolutely incredible at the moment is the deal that we have for our new customers coming on board, because we have done many incredible offers in the past, but we have never seen something like this before, where not only will you pick up our incredible Creating Something Incredible cookbook, and that is kind of our most popular recipes, or the recipes that have really stood the test of time over the last 25 years or so in Thermomix in Australia. We also have the ability for you to pick up a free bowl blade lid set. That is something we have never done. And you're also going to get a $200 Woolworths supermarket gift card to spend on getting yourself stocked up for your new Thermomix. So we're going to get you stocked up, ready to go. And then at your delivery demo, we're going to show you how you can save consistently at least $200 a month every single month with your new Thermomix. So this is our highest value offer I think we've ever had. So it really is an incredible time to look at investing and jumping off that fence if you have been thinking about it. So you've heard us talk a little bit tonight about, the mix shop and all the things we have from there. Of course, we have laid in around My Mix Rewards because this is an incredible opportunity for you to come on board, get that $15 welcome voucher, and with every dollar you spend, you are earning points towards extra things that you can be spending to help make your Thermomix journey even better. And you know what? If you're not an owner yet, if you haven't been to the mix shop, have a look, because regardless of whether you have a Thermomix or not, I guarantee you will find something that is going to help you in the kitchen. Now, the other thing that I haven't mentioned, and I'm going to just spotlight Kelly on here for a moment as well, and I'm going to stop my share because in the background, she has that gorgeous TM31, and we've mentioned that we do have that trade up offer as well. So thank you, Kel. Price is right there. But this offer is finishing on the 30th of September. This is not being extended. And for our owners that are TM31 owners, we want to reward that loyalty. And we want to say thank you for being with us for so many years and coming on board and looking at taking us through from one model to the next. So on top of all the things that you can get at the moment, you can also get, if you're a TM31 owner, $300 off our current offer as well. So as a thank you for, again, being with us for so long, we want to, reward you for trading up. So that's kind of it from me. If you have seen, love what you've seen tonight and you look at this and you go, you know what, maybe I could do this. Again, we have our half price business kit and we have multiple information sessions running throughout the week. So please hit us up. We would love to have a chat to you. Reach out to your consultant. They are the first person to speak to. But I'm going to pass back to Kelly and Jenny. That's my new nickname for you guys, to talk through, what you've created, because you've got some beautiful dishes there ready to go.
Yes. All right, I'll make the start. I'm going to show you my pizza Bianca that is ready and came straight out of the oven. And you know what else came out of their rooms? The family, because they could smell that and they were like, are you finished? Can we start eating? No, not yet. I need to show them first. So here's the pizza Bianca. That's still the proving one. So this is going to go into the oven now next. Still proving and sitting here. And this one, obviously, ready to go and to be served. Over to you, Kel.
Okay, I can't help it. I have to say you ain't ready for this jelly. I can hear it now in my head. So, okay, I wish I lived next door to you, Jenny, because that would be amazing with this. So I've got the beautiful oval thermo server here, and look at the sheer amount. That's just a standard recipe of the curry. It smells absolutely amazing. I've got it there on the curly rice, staying nice and warm for a couple of hours. But I also, as I said earlier, having many Thermomixes, you can quickly whip up many things. This is it with rice and broccoli as well, if you wanted a healthier edge. Now, last words from me as well. You will notice tonight that I am using a black Thermomix. Now, fun fact, you can now jump on board no matter what the colour of your Thermomix. If you have a black one, you can jump on board with it. As part of our booster rewards, you will earn yourself a white one as well. So you'll end up with quite a collection like all of us have as well here. So if it's something you've thought of, reach out to your consultant. The more the merrier. And the last question from me, coriander, yes or no?
No, don't ruin it. No. No.
I love coriander, so an absolute ton of mine. Oh yeah. I've just horrified the chat.
We got a lot of yeses in here, so sorry, we can't be friends.
We're very divisive when it comes to the coriander here. All right, I'm going to add everybody in, and then Lib, I'm going to pass back to you as a bit of a wrap up. Thank you everyone for joining tonight, but Libby, over to you to summarize it all for us.
Thank you, Elise, and thank you, team. I'm not sure about you guys watching the Zoom still. I just learned a whole lot about Cookie Do. And Tess, you have inspired me to start menu planning. So thank you for that. Kelly, I am an avid lover of coriander. So I'm sorry, I would add the coriander. Sorry, Jenny, we're still friends. Love your pizza. And Elise, I wish I was still at your house having that fruity dream. One
You're
thing we know
silly
about it,
gone.
I bet. One thing we know about our Thermomix demos, it certainly brings the family together because all the beautiful smells that happen to waft throughout your rooms, your houses, does bring the family out to all have a little bit of a taste. So if you've enjoyed tonight, please drop in the chat that what you've enjoyed in particular tonight. We've loved showcasing, as we always do, what a Thermomix can do, and we've only just scratched the surface. So I'm not going to repeat again, or maybe I will. Please contact your consultant to actually talk about booking your own demonstration, or if you are a little bit interested about coming on board whilst our business kit, is half price. Now is the time to have a conversation. And thank you, Hayley. You've just suggested that I remind guests to fill out their guest link. So if you have been provided a QR code tonight from your consultant, to please complete that tonight, and please reconnect back with them after tonight. Okay. Thank you very much for attending. We have 6 days left of this incredible offer that we've showcased for you tonight, and only another 6 days left of our TM31 upgrade. Now is the perfect time to jump on board with us, or look at upgrading, or look at purchasing, because we have never seen an offer like this at all. So thank you all very much for attending. No doubt if this has been popular and you've loved it, we might consider doing another one again very soon. So thank you, everyone. Have a lovely evening.
Bye.
Good night.
I can't stop the recording. Someone want to do that?